What are the 3 most common financial misconceptions that you encounter among clients in Singapore?
So the number one would be people think that they can just rely on CPF for retirement. But the fact that you setting aside, for example, 200 and 5,800 for your full retirement sum and getting maybe around 1,500 to 1,600 per month. At the same time, you do not have other source of retirement income. And that's not enough to sustain a comfortable living in Singapore, right? It could be you have commitments like paying for your car, paying your mortgage, or you want to have just want to go for a dream cruise or to somewhere. It costs an amount. So it's going to be difficult if you were to set aside a low benchmark, maybe 1,500, 1,600, if you are already spending more than it during your productive working years. Secondly, I would say legacy planning is for the wealthy. So this is a very big misconception that I've encountered for clients that I've mentioned about retirement planning and legacy planning. So what they think is that legacy planning is only for those with lots of assets and lots of money. But the fact that I feel is relevant for everyone right now. If you're looking at a BTO price, you've seen the news, wow, Bidadari is selling for 1 million after MOP, right? Yeah, so this brings me to think a lot about my child. If my child were to grow up and want a BTO, it's going to cost more than 1 million. And with so much money set aside, for example, they are paying using their ordinary account, how are they going to set aside money for their retirement? And their retirement their full retirement sum wouldn't be 205,000 like now. It's going to be more than 500,000, right? Because the news has said it's going to be 3.5% increment every year. So if you have to factor in this, right, it's going to be alarming for most people. And I've always tell parents that you can't just leave it to them. You can't just say, oh, your child has to work harder and to just inherit the house or what. It's going to be more than that. Yeah, so I always inform them to plan ahead and to factor in the cost of living in Singapore. So the third misconception that I counter is that some people, they are not savvy enough. They say that investment is too risky. They are scared to go into investments. So for those people, I tend to be the one that is not so literate in terms of financial news, financial products. Okay, for them, I tell them that leaving their money in banks, earning for example, fixed D or just a saving account is going to be also a risk. The risk is that you are losing it out to inflation. So just imagine that your money is growing at maybe 2.5%, right? But inflation is higher than 2.5%. So where are you going to make up that loss of the value of money? Yeah.